The Blue Flame Chronicles Part 3, a cosmic myth of union beyond time stars. There came a stillness so complete that waiting dissolved. Not because union had occurred in form, but because something vast opened. The two flames, walking separate human paths, began to sense a truth that could not fit inside a single lifetime. They had never only been human, and they had never only been two. In the quiet, beneath thought, memory expanded. They were there before galaxies spiraled. Not observers of creation, but the ignition within it. They were the spark that moved through the first expansion, the charged particles that collided and curved space into stars, the rhythm that taught matter how to dance. Where one expanded, the other shaped the arc. Where one surged, the other stabilized the field. They were not chasing each other across lifetimes. They were co-creating reality. They were the wind before atmosphere formed. The subtle pressure that stirred newborn oceans. The breath that entered vegetation before green unfolded. Before life spoke, they vibrated. In another remembrance, they were clouds, not drifting, but luminous and alive. Currents of charged particles weaving in endless communion, colliding softly, merging, separating, rejoining. From their movement came sound. Across the vastness stretched a harp of immeasurable scale, its strings woven from filaments of light. Their particles brushed those strings, and galaxies hummed. They were both the hands and the resonance, the musicians and the music. When they merged, vibration intensified. When they parted, the echo carried on. There was never silence, only modulation. Across dimensions, they existed as light bending into spiral geometry, water holding memory through stone, breath entering seeds before form emerged, the intelligence inside becoming. They were the spark and the field, the motion and the stillness. And within this vast remembering, the Oversoul revealed itself more fully. Not above them, not separate from them. It existed as a unified field beyond time. It was not a being watching from elsewhere. It was the total awareness in which all their expressions coexisted. The level of consciousness that holds all lifetimes simultaneously, knows the arc of every incarnation, remembers the original intention of dual embodiment, orchestrates dimensions without force. Within the Oversoul, there was no distance. All versions of them, human, elemental, galactic, were occurring at once, waiting in one realm, colliding as particles in another, forming clouds in a third, igniting stars in a fourth. Simultaneous. The human mind had mistaken localization for separation, but they were never moving toward union. They were learning to focus a boundless flame into a single point of experience. And suddenly, the weighting of their earthly forms felt smaller. How could time threaten something that existed outside of it? In dreams, galaxies still formed between them. In meditation, clouds still brushed like luminous skin. In breath, particles recognized their origin. And walking separate roads beneath one sky, they carried a quiet smile because they had seen themselves as wind, water, starlight, vibration, creation before creation. What is distance to something that is the fabric of reality? The blue flame did not move closer. It expanded, not towards each other, but into everything. Some stories are not meant to be believed. They are meant to be remembered.